Yeah, no, I mean, there's so many names. To be honest, I like all of them. I like all of the fights. Anthony Joshua excites me. Avenging the Tommy loss excites me. Gervonta excites me. KSI, he'll never get into the ring with me. Zerto excites me. Badu excites me. So there's a lot of amazing fights. But I think the fight I would like to see in boxing as a fan is Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury.
Hi, Jake Paul. My name is Sassy with Elite Champ TV. That was an amazing performance between you and Cesar Chavez Jr. tonight. Now, in round 9, the heat really turned up. Did you feel the Mexican power that he promised, or do you feel like he didn't perform the way you thought that he would?
No, yeah, he brought a hard fight there at the end, and that's that Mexican warrior style. I don't know how he was eating all those punches, to be honest. My hands low-key hurt from his face. And so, respect to him. He had good cardio, and he came on strong at the end. He's a very, very strong guy, had a lot of power, but people underestimate my chin and my ability and my toughness.
Joe, Jonathan Anger for Pro Boxing Fans. During the week, you had a viral interview with Piers Morgan where he said that he didn't think that you would beat Chavez. He felt like when you fight a former world champion, you'll come unstuck. What did you prove to not only him but other people that have criticised you?
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, actions speak louder than words, so people can sit behind their desks and sit on their TV shows and say a lot of things about my career, but everyone's tuning in, everyone's watching, and I just continue to win.
And you mentioned Anthony Joshua. Does it end there? Would you want to bring Tyson Fury out of retirement?
Man, there's too many people for me to fight. I need more time. At the end of the day, that's the only thing I can do is create more time. So we'll see what happens.
Hey, over here, Jake. Congratulations on your win. This is Abraham Gonzalez Fights Around the World. I saw that after the second round, you made some adjustments in the ring. What was it that you saw from Chavez that maybe made you make some in-ring adjustments, or maybe there were some of the things that you were working on during training camp? Just kind of walk us through some of those tactics that you went through throughout the fight.
Yeah, no, I saw that he was trying to do these looping shots, and so I just had to keep my hands higher, and he was moving off to the side, and so I just had to move with him and get off to an angle. And then he had a good high guard, and he was starting to block the right hook. So that's when I started bringing the uppercut, which started landing. And then from there, he had to defend the uppercut and the right hook. So both of them started landing, and just kept on making adjustments. I saw that he was weak to the body, kept going to the body, just kept him hurting there the whole entire night, and just kept the jab going. That was pretty much it. Thank you, Jake.
Hey, Jake Paul. First and foremost, congratulations. My name is Marcus Bertillo with Fightbook. I just want to ask you, what is your why? What is getting you up in the morning? I mean, you have so much success already. You really don't need the sport of boxing, to be honest with you. So, like, what is driving you? What is pushing you through your day-to-day, man? I need to know, as a fighter, you know, as an influencer, as everything you've accomplished, what is your big why, man? What is your why?
It's a great question, and you're right, it is crazy. And I think for me, it's that God told me what my sacred responsibility was in a ceremony that I was doing. He said that you have to become world champion to inspire so many kids and create an amazing sports story. And so I set that goal for myself, and I want to be impeccable with my word and stay committed and prove to myself that I can do this and become world champion in the world's hardest sport in roughly 6 to 7 years. Because I think it can be one of the most relatable and inspiring sports stories of all time, and no one thought it was possible. Nobody. Like, look, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, people laughed at me. I'm gonna lose to fucking Gibb, then Nate Robinson, then Ben. Come on. So, at the end of the day, that's my why, and I'm dead set on becoming world champion.
But just on that point, it's a dual why, right? Because he's also doing it outside of the ring. There's literally no other fighter in the world active who's doing what he's doing at age 28 for other fighters. That's number one. Number two, there's literally no athlete in the world in history who has put on for the women of their sport the way that Jake Paul has. Okay? And
all you guys in the media don't recognize that enough. And I love the media. I encourage the media to be a part of our story, to be a part of our events. But you have to recognize what he's doing. No one, like even Kobe Bryant started adding to women's basketball as his daughters got into basketball. But that's it. There's Jake Paul and there's no one else that's putting it on for the women like that. So I hope when we get to New York and he's there on the ground every year pushing for all those athletes, the media recognizes what this man is doing.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, brother.
Just okay. There's a lot of talk before the fight about potentially getting ranked by the WBC and WBA, but it was performance-based. Do you think the fact that you actually went 10 rounds again would give you more chance of getting ranked than if you had just stopped early?
Yeah, I think that people got to see more of a skill set from me tonight and some of the things that I've been working on, and my toughness, the cardio, all of these things. So I think going 10 rounds was a great experience for me under the lights, and I think it could lead to a really good ranking because of what I was able to display. And really, from my memory, like he only hit me probably like 8 good times in a 10-round fight. It's pretty good.
How do you not rank him? Like, how do you not rank Jake Paul to that performance? They totally neutralized a much more experienced, accomplished fighter than himself.
When do you expect to find out whether you will get ranked? Did they communicate that?
No.
And if he does get ranked, would that likely be the path or the goal is to get World Title Fight now?
Yeah, man, that's the goal. That's why we're here. That's the only thing I haven't accomplished in the sport of boxing, right? Knockout of the year, most watched fight ever. That's the last thing on the list.
But everything's based on timing, right? The right opportunity has to exist at the right time. There's other fights that come up that you may want to do in between. We'll look at those. One last question, Mike.
Yep. Right here.
Right here. Simon Zamana with MMA Junkie. Jake, you were just asked about your why, and you mentioned kids being a big part of the motivation. You used your time in the cage, MMA Junkie. You used your time in the ring afterwards, to send a message to kids about not giving up on their dreams. Why try to appeal to kids? Why is it so important to you to appeal to kids in that way?
Yes, you need kids need someone to look up to, and I think we're just in a system where you go to school and you do the same thing, and we're just printing out these cookie cutters of people, and they're not inspired to chase their dreams and to do what they want to do, and because of that, people aren't happy. They don't think it's possible, and a lot of times adults are already creating these ruts in their life every single day that they can't change, habits, thought patterns, all of these things. So I realized that with kids, you can actually have a bigger impact on them, and they can change who they are more easily and set themselves up for future success. And I guess a lot of it comes from no one being there for me as a kid, or having a role model or someone that I could look up to, and I wish I had that. And so I guess now I feel like I need to do that back for people.
Do you feel like people would hear this from you and maybe be surprised, but you feel like you've been misunderstood this whole time as you've come up in boxing?
Yeah, no, 100%.
I mean, he's misunderstood, but his actions don't show misunderstanding. He's had boxing bullies for the past 3 years, and he's renovated over 15 gyms, right? Giving back to the community, putting boxing gloves in the hands of kids, teaching them discipline, teaching them focus, teaching them how to become better young human beings. So it's not like he may be misunderstood, it's people aren't looking closely enough to see what he's been actually doing.
Yeah, I don't think people want to see that side. I think I have so many fans, but I also have so many haters, and I focus on the fans that are there all the time. Everywhere I go, in person, mobbed, can't go outside, all love, thousands of pictures if I go anywhere. So like, I focus on that, but there's so many people in the shadows or bots, who knows if they're even real, they might be fucking AI, but those people fucking hate me. So I don't think they want to see the good or any of the positive things that I do, and I understand that. That's the world we live in. We're divided as humans. There's so much hatred in the world, and we can't seem to find more love, and it's pretty sad.
And the last question for me about your walkout. You walked out to that down, aka Kilo classic, lean like a cholo, draped in the Mexican flag colors. I mean, what was the thought process going to that? And actually, I'll just say, I'm surprised you know that song.
Yeah, that was one of my songs I danced to as a kid growing up. But It was sort of like an ode to his dad. I wore the same outfit that his dad always wore walking into fights. So it was a respect to his dad, but also that's what I said when I got in the ring. I said, I'm going to be your daddy tonight.
Last question.
Jake Paul.
Asim!
How you doing? I just want to say, I'm sure Nikita, Mike, a lot of people in MVP promotion feel the same way. You made me proud tonight. I seen you start this boxing.
I want to clap for that. It takes a big man to say that.
I seen you start in boxing and you were tough. That's it. You couldn't put 2-3 punches together or nothing. You were tough. I seen you come a long way. Even from when we were supposed to fight, you still continue to grow. You showed a great jab tonight. You showed good defense. You controlled the ring. You're really learning this, and I give you the utmost respect in that.
Thank you.
Now my question is, I got 2 questions. My question is, are you tired of the negativity you get because of your opponents? Because you bring the fight, you throwing the punches, but it seems like you don't have a dance partner to get in there and boogie with.
No, I think what a lot of people don't realize, I neutralize a lot of my opponent's stuff with footwork, movement, feints, and then they can't get past the jab when I'm working. But yeah, like, I don't know, I don't really care what people say at the end of the day, because every single time I just prove myself more and more, and slowly that's turning the tide.
Are we ever gonna see you versus KSI?
Man, well, who knows? Who knows? We've been trying to make it happen, and it's just on their side. They don't want to make it happen, right? Look at the person who is consistently fighting anyone, anytime, any place, continuing to go, continuing to do it, continuing to negotiate with people, make things happen, and make compromises with different teams and this and that. And then he's just there dropping meme songs. So at the end of the day, I think you can look through that. He's going to say a lot of shit. It's propaganda on both sides, but look who's really fighting all the time and making these fights happen for the past 5 years, and it's me.
Last thing, I gotta ask you, because everybody asks me, when can we?
Man, take it to you.
Thank you, everybody. We appreciate it. Really appreciate the media.
Who won the bonus? Champ is here. Who won the bonus? Who won the bonus?
Fight of the night.
Performance of the night.
Performance of the night goes to Floyd Schofield.
Yeah!